Starting!
Alright, we got our match!
And oh my gosh, the overlay is correct. Let's go.
Congratulations on getting the names right, Edge.
And we've got UI showing that LST dominance at 5 PPS, 240 APM flat, commanding first round victory. And that's gonna be a wake-up call for Unnamed, that there's no chill allowed when fighting Speed Demon UIGalaxy.
For sure.
Galaxy's gonna be on cycle duty, and that O placement isn't allowed! Yes, it keeps the stack looking nice, but it's not worth it when you top out, and that is gonna be Unnamed's point. Unnamed gonna keep it low, keep it neutral. Gonna avoid a repeat mistake of that first round. But that sustain from UI is pretty terrifying. They end up doing some misdrop, which is gonna give Unnamed an opportunity, but they are now triply eyepiece dependent.
Cool.
Gonna have to use their next one on a single skim rather than their well, giving UI another point. Unnamed keeping that MS2, believing they can make it work. It is a pretty versatile opener. And with that garbage RNG, it's looking very nice. Especially when you realize how much cheese UI's got. And Unnamed Surge Break is gonna be enough to just top out UIGalaxy. I don't think they were ready for it.
We got some trading going on right now.
The players truly are going band for band right now. Unnamed now taking their C-spin and gonna take advantage of UI's misdrops.
Unnamed in the lead now.
And yeah, these are very quick rounds. Definitely different from everything else you've been seeing, but it's still even despite the rounds being this quick.
For sure.
I'm most inclined to want to watch chat predict what the longest round of the set's gonna be.
Might be this one, in all honesty. This one's kinda going on longer than the other ones have.
Maybe, but there's a lot of material in this game. A lot of cancel opportunities, but also a lot of opportunities for it to go wrong. And we are going to see the cancel route.
It's absurd that this is like the longest round we've seen so far. It's only 40 seconds.
And it's only 50 seconds. And oh,
those misdrops are what closed it out.
And the band for band is gonna continue. UI is gonna tie it up again at 3. UI goes for the LST, misdrops, so that's gonna compromise their initial burst. Unnamed in the 6-3, gonna be forced to break due to a misdrop, and UI took immediate advantage of Unnamed covering their well. And UI's gonna take their second round in a row. Mirrored TKIs. UI gonna go for the LST route that they love. Unnamed has clean, but it's gonna be a matter of accessing it once again. And UI just keeping that LST going all the way up in this board. Yeah, that's very risky, very greedy, and Unnamed took opportunity. Yeah, there's always the dopamine reward of just continuing that LST. But sometimes it's just not worth it when you're that high. You gotta... Like, if your initial LST doesn't kill, you gotta find that good time to break.
Yeah, you gotta know when to cut your losses and try something else.
But now that they've experienced it once, that's a wake-up call. They likely won't repeat the same mistake. And that is a secret grade pattern from Unnamed in their garbage that they just melted like butter. And yeah, UI wasn't expecting Unnamed to escape that quickly, and Unnamed is going to take it to 5-4.
I don't know what specific TDPC that is from Unnamed, but it's one of them.
It is one of them. UI's gonna be on cycle duty, has a lot of dependencies, and those misdrops are just gonna spell doom. And Unnamed, for the first time, is going to bring this to a 2-point lead.
Will that lead get even wider? We'll certainly see.
Maybe they found the momentum that they need. And both of these players playing at breakneck speeds. Both averaging around 4.5 pieces per second. And UI still climbing in the mid-game. Pretty rare to see a player climb in mid-game. And Unnamed has an insane surge spike, but their only skim does not break their surge.
Yikes.
And the all-spin's actually gonna backfire. Not often you see that either. There's a first for everything, and we're seeing plenty of those in this set. C-spin from Unnamed with the perfect garbage. UI is gonna be able to cycle everything down in time. And we're just gonna watch those spikes fly. Unfortunate misdrops from UIGalaxy. Gonna find the all-spin fix, but it's not gonna be far down enough. And Unnamed is gonna take their 7th point. Which would win the Tetris League set, but this is Galactic Playoffs, baby. First to 15, only halfway.
Definitely a big climb left for these players, and the gap isn't even that wide. Might be needing to take a lot more rounds.
Which is very interesting, because most of the times when like rounds are ending and flying this fast, it's like a completely clean sweep.
Yeah, it's usually a wash, but this one's a bit of a trade going on. Back and forth.
Very close.
What's going on, Unnamed?
I think that's a DC cannon. Their piece isn't falling. Okay, no, never mind. It's just desync. And it's actually going to be a complete cancel. Luckily, no DC, but that desync is still going to be rough for UIGalaxy. Gotta throw a wrench in their plans if they are doing any amount of screen watching there.
For sure.
But UIGalaxy is no stranger to just pure striding. They find that 6-3 as I'm saying this. Finding the floats as well. UIGalaxy's ability to like keep decent efficiency at this speed is truly amazing to watch. But they need to keep survival in mind too. And with Unnamed opportunist nature, they're gonna expand that lead to 3. Gonna see the UE medal from UIGalaxy. Gonna try and completely sprint this, playing at 5.5 pieces per second. But Misdrop's gonna throw a wrench in their efficiency, and Unnamed just has an opportunity of a lifetime, and they exercise it. UI might have to do some playstyle adjustments here. Well, Unnamed seems to have figured it out. But UI has found that LST. It hasn't failed him yet, but the misdrop is going to force it to do so. UI on cycle duty, but Unnamed in the similar boat. And UI makes it all the way down using all their material, and that spike is going to be enough to take a 6th point. Score 6-9. Nice. And once again, another very quick round. Unnamed's gonna expand that lead. Gonna see an SCP C-spin from Unnamed. UIGalaxy keeping that 6-3, trying to push speed as much as possible. It's varying degrees of success. Unnamed has an overstack of a lifetime, but not too much spiking potential. They're gonna just burst out to try and cheese UIGalaxy. They receive a little bit, but not enough to be too threatening, especially with the holes in Unnamed stack. Gonna put a hamper on their sustain potential. And those misdrops from UI, it's just misdrop after misdrop deciding these losses for UI, and if they don't get a saddle on these soon, whether it's playing slower or just executing better, Unnamed is going to keep taking these points and keep expanding this lead, currently at 5-point gap. UI's doing some high spiking, but Unnamed just has all of that potential to unleash. And Unnamed is just keeping that board state neutral and clean. That well coverage that's not a count to 4 is looking kind of rough though. And they are going to break their back-to-back, giving UI a window to actually use their sustain. But that eyepiece misdrop, they're going to have to cycle another one and they can't find it. Unnamed is now doubling UIGalaxy in the score department. What was previously a really close matchup, I think Unnamed has figured it out. And UI has to adjust, or else this is going to continue. UI does have an 11 surge. Unnamed is allowed to cancel a majority of it, but UI's just going to make it all the way down. Nobody in any danger yet. Gonna see some more desync on Unnamed's side, and it's gonna hurt them this time, giving UI their 7th point. Yeah, chat's pointing out
11 surge opener from UI.
Yep.
That's absurd. Oh wow.
Before I can even tab back in, Unnamed just completely speedran another round.
Yeah.
UI's in the LST. If there's no misdrop, looking rough for Unnamed. They're not going to make the same mistake this time, though, and they break out their LST in a timely manner. But they are going to remain pretty dependent. But with that speed, they're going to have no trouble cycling, especially when they keep that efficiency to find their buffers. Unnamed completely abusing the no ceiling of Tetrio. Getting that overstack higher just to be all the more threatening to UI survival here. Now Unnamed with that very nice garbage, very large well here. And they're just going to start cascading down, playing more sustained than Spike because they have the surge to fall back on. Sent it in a time where UI's not expecting it. They have the TP, so the eyepiece doesn't kick up where they want it to. That's going to be match point Unnamed, still doubling UIGalaxy's score.
Match point. UI gonna be able to double their score and freaking get that tiebreaker out?
It's a possibility, but I think UI has responded by doubling their speed. We saw them opening at 6 PPS there.
Whoa!
And they get that column 7 garbage, looking scary for Unnamed, but they do have a lot of sustain in order to just counter all the cancel material in the world, but Galaxy still got a lot going for them. And as I say that, those misdrops aren't looking good. And that's it! No more skims!
Congratulations to Unnamed for taking the win.
Congratulations.